Hello again and welcome back to the channel. This is Michael from TOEFLresources.com. In today's video, I'm happy to share my basic TOEFL speaking templates for 2024. Now, about a month ago, I shared my advanced templates, which you may have noticed were pretty wordy. They were pretty long. Well, the basic templates are shorter. They may be a little bit easier for some of you to handle. Basically, I encourage you to check out both videos and see what templates you like the best and just use those on test day. So in today's video, I'm going to give you templates for all 4 of the TOEFL speaking questions. I'll show you some sample responses that use those templates, and I'll answer a few questions that I frequently get about templates at the end of the video. So first up, a template for TOEFL speaking question 1. You're going to start with something like this. Personally, I believe, and then state your main idea. Then you'll say first, and state your first supporting reason. To be more specific, and then elaborate on that reason. Give me more details. Second, and say your second supporting reason. For example, and then elaborate on that reason as well, or maybe even give a personal example if you wish. Now, I'm frequently asked, is it okay just to have one reason? The answer is yes, it's totally okay. If you want to have one reason, just delete the second half of the template and go really long on the elaboration of the first one. Here's a sample answer that uses the template. I'm not going to read it all out, but you can pause the video to check it out if you wish. Here's the same answer with the template highlighted. I start with personally, I believe, then I give my main idea. First, I give my first reason. To be more specific, and I elaborate on it. Second, give the second reason. For example, I give a personal example. Now you'll notice in this video, the questions and the answers are all the same as in the advanced template video. I've just changed the templates. That goes to show how universal the templates are and how formulaic the design of the TOEFL test is. The questions change every week, but you can basically use the same template every single time you take the test. Trust me, that's what I do. Next up, a template for TOEFL speaking question 2. This is the campus announcement question. Start with something like, according to the announcement, and then state what the change is. This is because, and then summarize the first reason for the change and the second reason for the change. The man supports this change, or the man opposes this change. Could be a woman, of course. First of all, he argues that, and then summarize his first reason for supporting or opposing it. Moreover, he mentions that, summarize his second reason. Here's the sample answer. And here's the sample answer with the template highlighted. I start with my summary of the change. According to the announcement, the campus fitness center will close. This is because the school can't afford to maintain it properly, and students can go to private gyms in the city for free. The man opposes this change. First of all, he argues that, and then I summarize his first reason. Moreover, he mentions that, and then I summarize his second reason. Remember, most of your score comes from your ability to summarize the conversation, so that should take up about 45 seconds. The reading summary is less important, so it should be like 10 or 15 seconds in total. Next up, a template for question 3. It goes like this. The reading is about, and then just state the title of the reading. It states that, and you define it. The professor quickly elaborates on this concept. To begin with, he mentions that, and then summarize his first example. Next, he says that, summarize his second example. Of course, you might get a question with just one example. In that case, you delete the last part of the template and then just go long on that summary of the first example. Here's a sample answer with the template highlighted. The reading is about social impact framing. It states that this is when companies emphasize their positive social contributions to attract customers and enhance their sales. The professor quickly elaborates on this concept. To begin with, he mentions that, then I summarize that first example about a fashion company. Next, he says that, and then I summarize the second example about a tech company. By the way, I will link to my collection of sample questions in case you actually want to answer these actual questions yourself as you study for the test. Lastly, my basic template for question 4. Yeah, you'll notice this one's really short. Question 4, your job is just to kind of regurgitate the lecture that you've heard. So I don't think a long template is necessary. But if you want a bit more of a template, of course, check out the video about advanced templates, which I'll put a link to down below. But basically, start with something like the lecturer explains two changes caused by the Industrial Revolution, 2 adaptations of animals that live in deserts, 2 definitions of money, whatever. First, he describes, and then you're going to summarize the first thing, the first change, the first adaptation, the first definition. Second, he mentions, and then you're going to summarize the second thing. Pretty short and sweet, right? Here's a sample answer. And here it is with the template highlighted. The lecturer explains 2 adaptations that help animals survive the harsh conditions of deserts. First, he describes how, and then it's the first adaptation. Second, he mentions that, and I summarize the second adaptation. All right, so that is it for the basic templates. I'll close the video by answering a few questions that I am frequently asked about templates in the TOEFL test. First up, of course, is it okay to use a template? The answer is yes. I mean, I've heard interviews with TOEFL raters, former TOEFL raters, and they all indicate that they don't penalize students for using a template. Indeed, some of them kind of think it's a good thing because your answer needs organization, it needs structure. So yes, it is okay to use a template. The next question is, should I personalize my template? The answer is yeah, totally. Like if there's a word in one of the templates that you just have a hard time pronouncing, if it's just tricky for you to say clearly, I want you to change that word. If there's a word in one of the templates that you think is kind of unnatural or it just sounds a bit weird to you, I want you to change that word. If you go into the test center with a template that you're comfortable with, that you like using, you're going to get a higher score. And if you want some help personalizing a template, just reach out to me. Leave a comment down below. I'll try to give you some guidance and I can make some changes for you. And then lastly, of course, students say, should I use your basic or your advanced templates? The answer is that it's totally up to you, but I want you to practice a ton with the basic templates, and I want you to practice a ton with the advanced templates. If you do that, you'll figure out which ones are best for you, and you can just stick with those. Or indeed, you might want to actually combine them, right? Maybe you're going to use 2 of the basic templates and then 2 of the advanced templates because that works best for you. So yeah, just do some experimentation and see what you like best. All right, I am going to leave it at that, but if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, or you can check out my website, which is TOEFLresources.com, where you can sign up for lessons or essay evaluations, or you can just read guides to every section of the test or read along with my TOEFL blog. I think that's it for now, but I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks, I think, with some templates for the writing section of the TOEFL. So if you want to get some fresh TOEFL essay templates, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and keep an eye on it because those will be up pretty soon. All right, that's all for now, but I will talk to you guys later. Take care until then.